Hello everyone, it's The Breakdown and welcome back to another video on this channel. On my last video, I reviewed and gave my opinions on the first movie of How to Train Your Dragon. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out before seeing this one so you know what happened in the events of the last movie. Anyways, on the last video, I said that the first film of the franchise was one of the best movies that DreamWorks had ever made, and I still stand by that. This video will without a doubt contain spoilers, so consider yourselves warned. On this video, I'll be talking about the sequel to the first movie, which I think may have been better than the first one. I'll be explaining myself later on, but for now, let's just start from the beginning. So, this movie takes place 5 years later after the events of the first movie. Berk has very much improved, and the people living there love having dragons around. Hiccup and the others have grown a lot and matured a lot in the course of the 5-year gap. Hiccup has been asked by his father to become the new chief of Berk and take on the responsibilities of the new chief, but he doesn't feel like he has what it takes, so he declines initially. Astrid and Hiccup have developed a very close relationship between them too. Fishlegs and Sauntlout have a crush for Ruffnuts, so it is pretty safe to say that love is in the air. In the 5-year gap, Hiccup has been working on making a map to know what is around Berk, and to help Toothless find a new Night Fury. In one of his escapes, Hiccup realizes that there is a ship trapped in ice, which he decides to investigate with Astrid. They both soon realize that they've just met their new foes who work for a bigger villain, Drago Bloodfist, who has plans of his own. Astrid and Hiccup escape and return to Berk. Hiccup tells his dad all about their new encounter, and his dad goes sicko mode again and decides to lock down the island, because he feels that Drago Bloodfist is too much of a threat to the dragons. Hiccup, being a hero that he naturally is, decides to go back and settle things with the dragon trappers that he just met earlier with his friends. Things don't go too well for him as the dragon trappers capture Toothless and the rest of the gang, but fortunately, some mysterious person comes in and rescues Hiccup at the last second. Hiccup demands for the person to bring him back to rescue his friends, but the person refuses, revealing that the person behind the mask is in fact Hiccup's mom. Notice in the last video I never mentioned Hiccup's mom because they only mentioned her briefly in the first movie. Anyways, we learned that Hiccup's mom wasn't dead but alive and learning more about dragons because she shared the belief with Hiccup that dragons aren't bad creatures. She shows Hiccup that she's been rescuing dragons to keep them safe from Drago Bloodfist. One of the many dragons is a dragon that is called the Alpha Dragon. This dragon can somehow control the rest of the dragons with a calling. I'll explain its importance later in the video, but for now, let's just get back into the film. Meanwhile, back in Berk, Hiccup's dad Stoic has been made aware that Hiccup is in danger, so he decides to go looking for him. Soon, Stoic gets to where Hiccup is and very quickly realizes that his wife ain't dead. Moments after, Drago's army arrives to where Hiccup is, which I am not sure when they got their location, but either way, they end up going there to kill all remaining dragons. Hiccup and his parents create a plan to end Drago's plan, which funny enough involves using the Alpha Dragon. Astrid and the rest of the gang arrive as aid, and the fight begins. In the middle of the fight, Drago reveals that he also has another Alpha Dragon, but evil. This makes both of the Alpha Dragons fight each other to prove which of them is the better dragon. The evil dragon ends up winning, so the evil Alpha Dragon starts calling out and controls all of the dragons near the battlefield. This makes Toothless follow orders from Drago essentially, and this leads to the death of Stoic. Hiccup goes all sicko mode on Toothless, but the dragon has no idea that he killed Stoic. This scene almost made me want to tear up because of the way Toothless was so naive and had no idea he just killed a person. Anyways, Hiccup ends up killing evil Alpha Dragon and Drago Bloodfist with it. In the end, Hiccup becomes the new chief and everyone is so excited because he's so young and talented. Wow. Toothless ends up becoming level 100 boss and has new powers and stuff. Really cool, by the way. Oh, and Hiccup's mom joins the village and Hiccup is so happy and stuff. This leads to a very happy ending. The end. So, what do you think of this sequel? Was it better than the first one, or was it worse than the first one? Let me know down in the comments below. In my opinion, this movie is way better than the first one. Well, not way better, but it has more emotional elements that I like, and the stakes in this movie are higher because we have an actual antagonist who is legit evil. In the last movie, the antagonist is Hiccup himself and his actions, which carry on into the climax, which is the fight at the end with the big dragon. With all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like on it, subscribe to this channel. I will make sure to get the third and last review of this franchise out and published ASAP. And with all that said, peace out.